The Toronto Raptors end the nightmare. Siakam scores 52, and they win 113-106 at MSG to snap the Knicks' 8-game win streak. Finally, a win. Let's break it all down for you in tonight's post-game show. We finally have a win to talk about for the Toronto Raptors. Some people out there may be unhappy they won. Man, how can you hate this? How can you not like this? How can you not enjoy this? Siakam with an all-time performance, with the best performance of his career. The Raptors did their best to try and lose this game, but they willed. Siakam willed this team to a victory. 52 points. 52. The Raptors' all-time franchise record for points in the game is, of course, 54 from Fred VanVleet. Siakam didn't quite get there, but his career high going into tonight was 44 points. He smashed that. And not only did he have 52 points, Siakam took 25 shots tonight. Siakam had 52 points on 25 shots. That is special. This, make no mistake, is a superstar in this league. This is a superstar player, and tonight he put it on full display at MSG. The Raptors are trying to claw their way out of a grave they've started to bury themselves, and they started it tonight. Siakam, he needed help. He needed help. He put the team on his back, but he still needed help. Thankfully, you got a really good night from Fred VanVleet. 10 for 24, 4 for 10 with 28 points. 3 steals to go with that. OG gave you some support as well. 7 for 15 with 15 points. The problem, you had somebody really trying to stop you winning. Scottie Barnes goes 1 for 10 and is a minus 16. Really, really poor game from Scottie Barnes, but let's not dwell on the poor here. The Raptors get the big night from Siakam and get over the line. The bench doesn't score a lot, but they provide good minutes consistently for this team to complement what we already had. Man, Siakam, how good is this guy? I'll be sick if he doesn't make an all-star team because of our record, because he absolutely more than deserves to be on one of those teams. Make sure you guys are voting for, by the way, voting is open over there. But what happened for the Raptors here? They had a really bad start to the third quarter, but overall, what was clicking today? First of all, Siakam was utterly unstoppable from an offensive standpoint. On offense, nobody was stopping what Pascal Siakam was throwing. Crazy what he was doing on offense today. That was coupled with the Raptors in the first half. The defense was really, really good for this team. Second game in a row, you keep a team to under 110 points. That is a good sign. That is a good step in the right direction for this team. So it's nice to see, again, something like that come off for this team. And it was working. You were frustrating the Knicks. They weren't scoring as usual. Again, this team has won 8 games in a row. It's the hottest team in the NBA with the Brooklyn Nets. You were stumping them. It took some big shooting from Barrett and quickly to try to get you to kind of get them out of that. But the third quarter, it just blew open. It's becoming a theme with the Raptors to have bad third quarters. It's a bad theme, but they managed to correct it at least a little bit. Randall started going off in the third quarter. The Knicks defense was hustling back, not allowing full court situations. It was only half court where the Raptors have struggled. But again, Siakam continued to keep this team afloat with his scoring. So you got to applaud the effort on defense by the Raptors as a whole. I thought Hernan Gomez was really good today in his role that he played, despite only getting them 28 minutes, only scoring 4 points. The shooting needs to come, but he's having good role player nights for this team. And look, we needed something to get us over the line here. It looked like as the Raptors led by like a few possessions late and the Knicks took the lead, it just looked like it was going to be another game that just goes begging where something's got to give for the Raptors. Well, today the defense came through in the clutch. Malachi Flynn, getting the closing minutes, had a huge block in the clutch on Emmanuel Quickley. And you get the scoring of Siakam to take you home. That as well with a big Fred VanVleet 3. He goes 4 for 10 from 3, 40%. Good to see. And he had a big 3 late to just be that dagger to make it a 2-possession game. Team stats, I think the telling thing about this is that the Raptors really dominate the possession battle. They dominated. They took 94 shots to the 76 of the New York Knicks. Great to see. It's not even in the rebounding category because that's tied. It's the turnovers. How good is it from your team to only commit 5 turnovers in 48 minutes and force 17? You don't need to be the better shooting team because we absolutely weren't that today. Other than like Siakam, VanVleet, and OG, you got no offense really. But when you force 17 turnovers and you're finally playing that stingy defense again, it makes the whole world of a difference. That's what happened tonight for the Raptors, and they needed every little bit of it to get over the line in this game. So where does the season go from here? The Raptors are in a bit of a tough stretch right now. Obviously, they had lost 6 in a row coming into this game, and this game, I mean, it barely puts a dent into that record. You're still 14-18 on the season. It's not where you want to be, and it's a tough stretch of games coming up, but maybe this is the motivation you need. You have the Cavaliers, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, and the Suns coming up. That will end off the year 2022. At that point, you'll really be able to see what sort of a team this is. If you win like 2 of the next 4 games and you show a little bit of life in this team, it kind of buys you some time. Maybe the team can still find something. Maybe the team can still find a way to turn this into a winning season. If you roll over here and just go back to normal, go back to losing, then a decision will be made. But a night like tonight, put aside your difficulties with the team, the direction of the team, the front office, put aside all of that. Celebrate a historic night. 52 points by a Toronto Raptors player in a single game is a very rare achievement, a 50 bomb. It very rarely happens. Terrence Ross did it. Vince Carter did it. Fred VanVleet did it. I'm not sure if anybody else has done it for this team. It is a special moment to see a 50-point game by a Raptor. That is worth celebrating. Toronto, you have a superstar on your team. They are so hard to get, but it very much seems like you have one on your team in Siakam. That is absolutely something worth cherishing. What a win. I'm happy. Very happy with that. That's the hottest team in the league. And coming into this game, I was thinking, I just don't know any way in which you can just go out and win this game. The way things have gone, I just don't know how you're going to be able to go out and win this game. Thankfully, 52 points from Siakam can go a very long way to helping you do that. So great to see. Very, very great to see. All right, guys, if you enjoyed what you saw, please make sure you have dropped a like on this. Supports the content, the easiest way to get us on more recommended pages, and make sure you're subscribed for more from Amateur Hour. Raptors content all the time. If you're a fan of that team, you do not want to miss it.